Hey everybody, it's me again. Yeah, I just got back from seeing Ghostbusters, like the recent one that's causing so much controversy, so much hate. People are, oh, this is bad, feminazis, blah 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 blah. It's an insult against the Ghostbusters, and blah blah blah. It was just a movie. That's really all it was. It wasn't bad. It wasn't as bad as it could have been. I mean, this is Sony. It could have been a lot worse. You could have had the Chipmunks singing the original Ghostbusters theme and the ghost coming from the same dimension as the Smurfs. It could have been so much worse. Really, people, you guys need to get over this. And any positive review of this movie has been bashed to bits. I don't understand this. Any single positive thing about this movie, an automatic bombardment of dislikes from reviewers like Mike J. and like Nostalgia Critic, and I don't understand this. The original movies are still here. They're still here, guys. You need to calm down. It's gonna be okay, I promise you. Look, I can prove it, see? The original Ghostbusters movie right here, but oh no. Where'd it go? Where did... Oh my god. Oh my god, the trolls were right! My original Ghostbusters are gone! The original Ghostbusters aren't here anymore! They've been destroyed! Oh my god, I gotta call the police! Where did it go? Oh my goodness! Oh. They're still here. Huh. Oh, look at that. But wait. I don't believe it. It's gotta be a trick. Oh, wait. Okay. It's still there. What about the second one? Is it... Okay. They're still here. The original Ghostbusters are still here. Okay. And they haven't been damaged. Nothing that we can see. No scratches, no marks. Nope. Yeah, nope, they're still here. Okay, so... Huh. Guess people were freaking out over nothing. Yeah. Fine, I'll keep fucking going. And I'm joined by Sanji, who also saw Ghostbusters, and it just happened.
Yep.
It's just it's like this ice cream or like that wall. It's just a thing that exists in our world. I don't... I mean, it could have been worse given Sony, and it could have been better, but it's just a movie. It's just meh.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad I didn't really pay any actual cash to see the movie. I kind of got a ticket free when I bought, like, the first 5 volumes of the real Ghostbusters cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you know, if you're morbidly curious, yeah, go to fucking Best Buy, buy the 2-pack, or buy the steelbooks, or buy the cartoon series and get, like, you know, free movie ticket at least. That shit only reimburses Fandango from what I've heard, and you know, like, you know, I'll be honest, the movie is bad. Like, I can objectively say it is a bad movie. But I mean, you know, turn your brain off, it can be a fun time, I guess.
Yeah, as far as it being a comedy is concerned, well, I only just, like, kind of giggled once or twice. I wasn't laughing out loud and laugh a riot or anything like that. But then again, I don't think the original Ghostbusters really made me have some belly chuckles, just sort of...
I think where the original, like, well, the original 2 shined is just that they really knew how to handle the drier wit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think, you know, like, because there's a lot of little lines that, yeah, they're not belly laugh worthy, but they're the kind of lines that you could find yourself wanting to quote later. Whereas with this one, yeah, I'm pretty sure that, you know, going to an aquarium and saying, hey, did you know that an aquarium is like a submarine for fish? I highly doubt that's going to really become the next big catchphrase.
But speaking of where that came from, oh my god. Chris Hemsworth, bless your poor heart. He seemed to be like some of the only people aside from the main girl that he was clearly having fun. He is dumber than a sack of hammers of Mjolnir, a sack of Mjolnirs, but by God, he was enjoying every single moment of it. And
You know, it's times like this. This is how I think Loki likes to see Thor.
Oh God.
You know, like maybe that's why he's such a dick all the time and why he keeps on thinking he can win. This is how he views them. And I think this is what's really digging to his grundle that he keeps losing to that.
Oh my God, Chris Hemsworth was one of the best things in this movie, just because he obviously is having way too much fun playing this idiot. And bless his poor heart. Yeah, the whole...
He was having fun. You know, like I think that's the most you can ask for anybody in this movie, that they were just having fun with what they were given.
Oh yeah, definitely. You can sense that people were enjoying themselves, except for Bill Murray for obvious reasons, because if I was constantly being dragged into this, not wanting to be there, I'd be upset too.
Yeah, and from what I've heard, technically, way back when they were in talks for a third Ghostbusters, it was actually one of Bill Murray's ideas that he would take part in the movie if he were to be killed off at the beginning and come back as a ghost. Well, it looks like they decided to take off the killing him.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. The other original Ghostbusters cast cameos were surprising to me. What surprised me the most was Sigourney Weaver's. I did not see that coming.
Yeah, I'll be surprised, but I'll say I was surprised by that, but I liked that little addition. I kind of liked how she was playing someone very just like almost like an antithesis almost to McKinnon's Holtzman. I was just kind of like, huh. She kind of has the same eccentricities, but she seems more like, she seems a little bit more wired correctly, I think.
A little bit more reserved, if you're saying?
I guess so.
Yeah, I really did enjoy Kate McKinnon's character. Yeah, she was one of the better ones.
Yeah, she was one of the highlights, and despite the fact she was given some very eclectic material to work with, especially the very first punchline to the EVP joke, if you know what I mean.
Mm.
Or do you not remember?
No.
The listen to this EVP. Oh, really? Heh, the funny part is that was from the front.
Yeah, I must have blocked that.
I'm pretty darn sure that my friend Sky Yuyo would have hated that because he's got such a disdain and like creep factor to the Q word.
Ugh. I have a disdain for that kind of thing, and not getting into that. Yeah, the whole controversy behind the Ghostbusters is much bigger than the movie itself. Like, seriously?
I'm very conflicted when it comes to the movie and how it does. You know, on its own merit, it's a harmless movie. If anything, it feels like a comedic spin-off at best. Like a comedic spin-off / almost love letter to the original. But considering how Sony and Paul Feig decided to handle all of the negative backlash, I want to see the movie fail to just shut them up and show them you don't handle a movie, and you especially don't handle a remake, by insulting the fan base and by trying to spin a controversy and turn it into something that's so much bigger than it actually was.
Yeah, exactly. Like bad press is just good press and whatever like that. Why would you legitimately want to start off pissing your fan base? I think even M. Night Shyamalan's trailer for The Last Airbender was much more better handled than that, because at least then it looked like it would be a decent movie, and then it turned out to be shit. It's like the reverse, kinda. Like, you start off showing, like, all the bad stuff, and people have to go see it and see all rage out and blah 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 blah, so it still gives them money.
Yeah, at least M. Night Shyamalan didn't go overly insulting all of the Avatar fans.
Nope, he just let the movie do that.
Yeah, but at least, he took all of the panning and all of the hate. He at least took it with silence from, like at least not overt, talk back from what I've seen. Like I never saw him Twitter out saying like I am abhorred by the hatred for my last Airbender movie, and it's all of the stupid fans' fault that I'll never be able to make this into a true movie and blah blah blah. I was like, nope, it was a dud. It bombed for him. But he's not gonna go freaking blaming anybody. He's just gonna take the defeat in silence. And sadly, that is the most respectable thing that we can say he's at least done, even with super bad movies.
Yeah, and speaking of Twitter backlash, Leslie Jones has to get off Twitter because she was tired of dealing with all the racist tweets done out of her, and Dan Aykroyd had to back her up on that. Like, really, guys?
And she wasn't even that bad in the movie. I mean, she was a hell of a lot more reserved in the movie, and she actually had some legit, charmingly funny little moments.
I know, it's just like the most blackish stereotypes you can go about were basically shown in the trailer. That's the extent of her stereotypical, offensive portrayal of the black woman.
Yeah, and sadly, I know people would not like to hear this, and I love the originals. I have them both on Blu-ray, and I'm, going to be freaking buying up all the TV series cartoon of Ghostbusters, but she technically, for this first movie, she did a little bit more than what Winston did in the first movie, just being an everyman that got hired and literally said, if there's a steady paycheck, I'll believe anything you want me to believe.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, all he did, really, the biggest thing that he ever really contributed, story and plot-wise, was the revelation that what was happening with the dead, similar to Revelations in the Bible.
Yeah.
That really was the biggest thing he contributed, besides just fighting side by side with them and helping cross the streams. At least Leslie Jones had other little things that she did. She saw ghosts herself. She brought the Ghostbusters to ghosts, helped them actually find the thing that was causing all of this turmoil, was well-versed in the history of the old buildings of the city. All that other kind of shit that was sort of helped progressing the plot a little bit. As contrived as it kind of was, very cookie-cutter, it was at least more progressing than what Winston did initially.
Yeah, exactly. It seemed like she actually knows what she was about, like maybe a historian of the city, maybe. That's a hell of a lot more useful than some of the other things that happened in this movie or any other the Ghostbusters. At least she has obviously studied the city in and out and the historical facts and all that, which is great. So she's not the stupid, stereotypical whatever. I really don't see how people could find this offensive, but maybe it's because we're white and we don't know any better, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think people just want to freaking, they just want to project, like, the Boondocks level stereotype of loud black woman onto Leslie Jones's character, when really it was there in small bursts for small scenes, but that's all they want to focus on, period.
Yeah, and the whole...
So...
Oh, sorry. Like, I was gonna say, the whole portraying men as being stupid in this movie and the women are smart. Well, there are some pretty stupid women out there, like the mayor's receptionist. I just wanted to punch that fucking bitch. The only,
technically, everyone tends to the whole, it's extremely misogynist, or, it's like reverse misogyny, because every man is either a coward, an asshole, or... Coward, asshole, or an idiot, or an idiot. But yeah, pretty much every, respectively, in the film was the same way. Even the Ghostbusters, to an extent.
Yeah, and even then,
you can't look at Kristen Wiig's character and say that she was completely smart all the time. I mean, she pushed on a door that was for pull. She was trying to slide windows open in a restaurant that she thought were sliding doors. And she did it multiple times.
The dumbest male character, I think, was Chris Hemsworth, and even then, he was just harmless. The poor soul was just harmless.
He was funny, but again, it really took it to hyperbolic levels. I mean, he was so stupid, it's like, how does this guy know how to read? How does he know how to climb stairs?
How is he not in a home? He has a mental condition, the poor soul.
Like, how is he not trailing fecal matter by his feet? Does he even know how to use a toilet?
Oh, yeah, the poor soul. So, yeah, my battery...
Yeah, man. What?
I'm gonna say, like, my camera has 2 batteries left, so do we want to wrap this up?
Let's just let's get Melissa McCarthy out of the way and the villain. Because
Okay.
Melissa McCarthy was kind of like, she was there. I mean, she had some funny little slapstick moments, but other than that, she really had no other defining characteristic.
Yeah, I kind of thought that her posting the book without her other friend's permission and being all immature about it, that was uncalled for.
Yeah, dick move.
And being like, oh, I'm sorry, and come on.
And our villain, Rowan.
I just forgot his name. You could say that he's completely blank and motivationless, but this is obviously a sign of a deeper psychosis.
Yeah, he's pretty much like the embodiment of what I guess Paul Feig thinks internet trolls are.
Yeah, but here I think it's like, this isn't just about that he was bullied and mocked his entire life. No, this is obviously probably some deeper issue going on here.
And an extremely wasted opportunity with the whole setup they were doing for Kristen Wiig's character being, kind of the same. Even Melissa McCarthy, they were both kind of outcasts. But yet they just played it up for yucks. There's so many things to look forward to in the world. Like soup. And, all I can think about is soup. Anyone got anything else? It was kind of like, well, that was it. And then, surprisingly dark, he kills himself. There's actually a surprising amount of death in this movie compared to the other Ghostbuster films.
Yeah, you don't see a total, you don't see, like, complete bodies and, like, stuff like that. But yeah, there is death. Quite a bit of death in Ghostbusters.
I mean, Rowan died, and Bill Murray's character.
Yeah, so there's that too. And the beginning scene, that was a legitimately, oh wow. Like, how did he survive?
How did his pants survive?
Like, how did he survive that? Like, the whole building up to the lady and the,
Yeah, I know, but that's, that was actually legit decent handled, but still, it was just, then they kind of just threw it all away, and then we had the ending with the logo, which was, yep, they shot it in the ding-dong.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if it was because that's the only height range that those beams could reach up, or...
Well, either way, day is saved and all that, but oh yeah, the whole cut dance number from the movie.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth can move. I think he was on Australia's most danced, like some kind of contest or some sort of show where he was dancing. So I think Chris Hemsworth can actually dance. You just sort of forget about it.
I think we may have seen what the 4th Thor movie is going to be. Thor is going to Magic Mike it up with the Avengers.
Oh god, Cap is like, oh guys, not again. I already did this in the 40s. It was humiliating enough.
And the MVP, the one that all the ladies are going to get wet for, is going to be the Hulk. Oh god. That is, oh god. No, that's just ill. And since you missed it, I'll just mention that there was a post-credit scene that's teasing towards Zool.
Oh.
Motherfucker. Yeah, Patty was listening onto the EVP tape, and she's like, hey guys, what's Zool? And then it ends.
Dun dun dun.
Which I think kind of makes sense because they were in the hotel, and I'm thinking like maybe that hotel is gonna be like where is gonna be sort of like the complex or something that Dana was in the first one, where Zool was in there, and then it's gonna probably lead into Gozer.
Yeah.
So we'll see if that happens. Apparently, Sony wants to do a sequel, even though they only barely made like $46 million for the first weekend, and the fact that it lost to Secret Life of Pets, and that it's going to be going up against Star Trek Beyond this weekend, and then freaking Suicide Squad the following, or so.
Yeah.
I did not see the number. doing well for it. But you know what? The movie, again, I'll say, it was an okay time. I would still probably buy that shit on Blu-ray at a nice discounted price.
I don't know. I guess it would just be like a rental for me. Maybe see some of the behind the scenes, but other than that, yeah, it was just okay. And what pisses me off more is that reviewers posting any positive thing about this movie, all of the dislikes, all of it. Like Mike J, you saw the dislike ratio on that, and I can't remember what nostalgia, like the Walker brothers got in theirs, but yeah, it says like all of the dislikes for anything remotely positive about the movie.
Yeah, like I said though, the movie on an objective level is terrible, but again, I can really lower my standards for entertainment. People can say that I'm stupid for liking it, but I mean, hey, if I can still find some entertainment out of a shit movie, that just means that my range for finding something that can still kill some time for me and I can still enjoy it is more power to me than it is to people that are going to just think, I just wasted time of my life. Well, you can either look at it as wasting your own time or still trying to find some little bit of fun out of the time that you used.
So, in other words, what you're saying is you ain't afraid of no trolls.
Exactly. I ain't afraid of no trolls.
Yep, we ain't afraid of no trolls. The original movies are still there. The cartoon is still there. You guys still have your Ghostbusters. It's not completely ruined, just like Avatar is not completely destroyed. This movie is just a thing that exists. So yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. You guys, it's the overt fans that gave it the power that it got. If you guys would have just taken it in stride and let the movie just quietly fail, it could have just faded into obscurity like all the other reboots, like the RoboCop one or the Total Recall one. And to their credit, some of them have small little gems of merit in there, but yeah, you don't go seeing people putting those up on a pedestal.
At least the characters were decent, and everything else is just decent.
Yeah, that's what I'll say. Like, I actually enjoyed the interactions between the characters. Like, when they were just shooting the shit, just talking, I actually kind of found it funny. In some weird way, it was almost like watching a young version of the Golden Girls. Like the Golden Girls meets Designing Women or something. And now I'm thinking about it, what if the Golden Girls were Ghostbusters, and how hilariously awesome that would be.
Oh god, Betty
Oh my god,
White.
someone got to do art of that. Just make the Golden Girls as Ghostbusters. And Dorothy's husband, Stan, can be Slimer.
I have not seen...
I know, you probably don't even know what that is, and people are probably like, wait, you know what Golden Girls is? I'm like, fuck yeah, I know what that shit is. And that shit's got some pretty funny as shit writing, in my opinion.
My sister and my grandma love that show, so, eh.
So does my mom. I bought her all 7 seasons.
Ah, well. Oh, Betty White is a Ghostbuster. That'll be interesting.
That would have been epic. So shall we finish it off here?
Yeah, I think we should. This movie is just okay.
Yep, just okay. If you're morbidly curious, check it out. Like I say, go buy the originals and get a free movie ticket. It ain't gonna kill you, and you're getting something good out of the whole deal.
Yep. And since we are not bashing this film to bits, saying how horrible it is or anything like that, I suspect that we will get all the dislikes from this video. So I look forward to seeing that, just to see what happens.
Now, to be honest, I won't be surprised if I lose any more subs. That's kind of been par for the course. Gain some, lose some. Gain some, lose some.
Yeah, I know, but for me more so, because I have opinions that are different from others. I must be the Satan.
Isn't my opinion technically different too, since I'm a guy that's actually, like, okay with the movie?
Yep. And I'm essentially trans and lived as a woman most of my life with the mindset of a guy, and it's just okay.
Alright.
So there you have it. I don't know how to end this video.
We ain't afraid of no
Trolls.
beautiful.